It is well known that the Vikings of prehistoric times survived solely through slaughter and plunder. Even 3-year-old children and newly made mothers would take up swords and charge into battle against their enemies. Facing their predatory aggression, Nick dared not let his guard down for a second. But suddenly, an arrow struck Nick's calf, shot by none other than a young boy. As the enemies closed in, Nick had no choice but to swing his sword in defense. Yet one man could hardly hold off many, and in his fury, Nick unleashed his mad dog mode. When enraged, the primal warrior's combat prowess was no exaggeration. He single-handedly tore through his foes, leaving none standing. Just then, the boy drew his bow again. As Nick dodged another enemy, he swiftly grabbed a spear and hurled it, sending the boy tumbling off the shaking rooftop. Soon, more Vikings swarmed in, but despite being outnumbered, Nick showed no fear. With a roar, he charged forward. The boy attacked again but was sent flying by Nick's punch. However, in a momentary lapse, Nick himself was knocked down by another enemy. Nick managed to seize a spear at the last second, impaling his attacker in one brutal thrust. Yet the boy refused to give up. He lunged at Nick, clinging to him while clawing wildly at his eyes. In pain, Nick grabbed the boy and flung him away, only to realize too late that he had thrown him straight into a rock. The impact left the young boy lifeless. Staring at the youthful face, Nick was overcome with regret. Meanwhile, Mia was leading her people to safety when they were intercepted by bear cavalry. The terrified villagers scattered in panic. As one of the bears pounced, Mia narrowly dodged and scrambled onto a rooftop. With agile movements, she quickly spotted an escape route and directed her people toward a narrow path. But one bear rider pursued relentlessly. As it closed in, Mia spun around at the critical moment, planting her spear firmly in the ground. The charging bear couldn't stop in time and was flung into the air by her counterattack. Not far away, the Vikings relentlessly hurled spears at the T-Rex, provoking its fury. The dinosaur retaliated with a frenzied rampage, tearing through the enemy ranks. Then, the Viking chieftain stepped forward. Despite the T-Rex's size, she showed no fear. Swinging her massive axe with centrifugal force, she buried it deep into the dinosaur's flesh. Then, gripping a spear, she took a running leap and drove it straight into the T-Rex's snout. The beast roared in agony, thrashing its head violently before snapping its jaws shut, bisecting the chieftain in a single bite. In just one exchange, the fearless leader had met her end. Back with Nick, as he found himself nearly surrounded, the T-Rex arrived just in time, devouring a Viking whole. Seizing the opportunity, Nick grabbed the dinosaur's tail and swung himself onto its back. At that moment, a crimson mist began creeping toward the village, and the Vikings' bloodlust, the very nature of their brutality, was about to lead them to their doom.